Hi, my name's Sahit, and this is my final project demo for IT114. I'll be showing the multiplayer rock, paper, scissors game I built across the three milestones. I'll walk through each screen, explain how things work behind the scenes, and show how the server and multiple clients communicate. So let's just start the server now. Just starting up now. Okay. So we just had this server started up right here. So the server waits for the clients to connect initially. So we're gonna start the connection for the clients. We're gonna open up two clients to simulate the rock, paper, and scissors game. Let's open another one. There we go. This should be two clients now. Yep, two clients. Yep. I'm gonna put these guys right here. So these are two clients. And then, okay, so then the server waits for the clients to connect and creates a lobby room automatically. So the lobby room is automatically created and it loads all the logic for the rooms, uh, ready checks and game phases and multiplayer interactions. So here's the UI for the clients. And so in the bottom right here, we'll have the terminal for the server so we can see what's happening. So let's go ahead and name our player one. So let's just go ahead and I'm gonna put down my name here, and then we're gonna put Bob here, and then we're just gonna connect to the server. So we have the connected to server. You join the room, and it automatically assigned us to lobby, which you'll automatically be assigned to lobby when you join the game when you just connect to the server. I'm gonna do the same thing for Bob. So Bob just joined. Now we're gonna create the room. So only one user has to create the room. So in this case, we're gonna create a room called game one. Let's go and create that. So you join the room. So I have joined the room here. And then now we're gonna now you don't want Bob to create the game because the game has already been created. So we're just gonna join the game. And so now Bob has joined the game. And so now it's just waiting for it. Just looks, it says ready status. It's just looking, it's right now it's false, but we're just waiting for the players to click ready. Okay, so when we click the connect, the client opens to the socket to the server and sends client connect payload. So the payload is sent, the server responds with the my unique client ID, and then the UI updates to show that I'm now connected. So you can see the log on the right showing server messages, and the top left shows my client ID. And then now, like as I just demonstrated, the room creation. So in this box, I type my room number, like game. So because you normally type the the room the room name right here, and then you would create it. And the server creates a new game room instance and moves me into that room. The server sends room join update back to me, so my UI updates to show I'm in the room. And now on the second and third clients, I type the same room number and then click join. So they send a room join payload. The server moves them into the room, and you can see however many clients you open up, and it'll be listed in the same room at the top. So now we're just gonna wait for the ready check from the players, and then now we're on the ready check screen. So that's where we left off. So now only the host, which is a person who created the room, can toggle advanced options like cooldown mode or spectator mode. And then I'm gonna click the ready button for each client for the demonstration right now. So when the ready player button is clicked, the UI sends a ready payload, and this server updates the user ready status and then broadcasts it. So once all the players are ready, the server automatically starts, and the round starts, and then it changes the phrase to picking, and you'll notice the UI update the phrase label at the top. So we're just gonna hit ready. Let's ready up the second player first. So client two doesn't really matter the order. And so now we're gonna do me. Okay, so now the game is gonna start. So basically the ready timer starts on the server. So we don't really have to see this, but it should ask pretty soon for whichever player to go first, and then the player would just click one of these buttons, rock, paper, scissors. So right now it's my turn right here. So it's Heat's turn. So let's say I were to hit rock. So my turn has been recorded, and then now we gotta wait the 30 seconds, and then it'll give the chance to the second player, which is Bob, and he'll get a chance to pick rock, paper, scissors. So now it says Bob's second turn. So I picked rock. So let's say Bob picks paper. It should say, so the countdown's going to go through. So yeah, so now it says right here, uh, paper beats rock. So winner is Bob. Right? So obviously I selected paper, Bob selected paper, I selected rock, so Bob wins. And then the second round has started, and it's my turn now. So we can start again. Let's do scissors. And then let's also do scissors for Bob too. So that way we can test to make sure it's a tie. It's almost done, just 10 seconds. So now it's see if you look at it should say it's a tie. Yeah, so it's a tie, no winner, which is true because we both picked scissors. Yep. And then so now I'm just gonna go over like a little bit how the backend works on this, the code. So the server stores the pick of each player, but doesn't reveal it yet. So I'll choose like if I choose as I just demonstrated, I'll choose rock. The client chooses paper, and then the client would Bob would win because he chose paper. So that the output did come out. So once everyone has made the pick, the server compares the choices to determine the winner. It sends battle resolution messages back to the client like player one beats player three, just how we saw just now. And then after the player loses 3 games, it'll say player three is eliminated. So the UI prints these messages in the log area. So in the UI we have a log area where it's gonna print all the messages. And then the server then updates the scoreboard and moves to the next round. So you can actually see right here, it'll tell you the server. So all players have taken their turn, two or two. So each round, it's going to count each round, how many rounds we're playing. And if we were to play with 3 players, it would ask 2 players to play each time, and then it would eliminate 1 player after it lost three games. So basically, you're just gonna go over a little bit of the battle lot, like the actual game logic, so and elimination. So you can see here that when the server decides someone has lost the round or got eliminated, it sends a message like player X is eliminated. The UI shows this in a log. Eliminated players don't get to pick in the future rounds. So the server will keep track of their status and automatically ignores them uh, during the turn logic. So the cooldown demo, so if cooldown mode is enabled by the host, after a player uses a choice like rock, that button becomes disabled on their UI for the next round. And the server also enforces this to be rejecting invalid picks. So the same user can't just keep spamming rock, paper, or scissors over and over again. So, spectator mode, if implemented, so basically, the spectators are used. Uh, Spectators are users who join the room but are not active players. So I've started implementing this, but it's a little bit finicky still, but it should work. Spectator mode. So that basically the server knows that they're spectators and they don't really get a chance to pick one of the actions, but they can view the game. So more rounds, so I'll play like I played right here, just 2 rounds right here, but you could keep playing the game, and then if uh if you have multiple players, if one user loses 2 games, then it would automatically say that person wins or loses. So it's 2 out of 3. And then so now we've just gone through the whole game demonstration, and we're just gonna go through a little of the code. Let's minimize this. So basically, I've structured my code where the client has most of the UI components in the client file, and then this is gonna take care of most of the client integration and components. So we have defined the UI components. The server will be in a separate server folder where we have server.java, and then we have our files, which basically just control the actual games, the joining of the games, the game rooms, and server threads. So, and then we basically implemented all the UI directly on the client side because we don't really need to see the server side of the UI. It's more just important for the clients to see the UI and integrate with the server. And then on the server side, we can view it in the terminal. So that's basically my demonstration of the rock, paper, scissors game. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.